Hi friend, happy spring. I thought it'd be really fun to make a video about my gardens. So as you may or may not know, every year I really like to have a beautiful flower garden on my deck. I live up on the second floor above a garage, and I have a lot of different pots that I like to grow beautiful flowers in because flowers, they just make me feel happy. It's a big part of my mental health in the summer. It's just being surrounded by beautiful flowers, seeing the bees and the other different insects that like to pollinate flowers, and yeah, it just makes me happy. And then downtown, I have, this is I think my sixth year, maybe? Sixth? I have two garden plots downtown that I use to primarily grow potatoes, but sometimes some other things like kale and peas and beets and that kind of thing. So yeah, let me give you a little bit of a tour of what I've gotten. I've definitely budgeted quite a lot of money for my flowers, and I might have just bought them all, but we'll see. I always seem to say that. Yeah, I'll walk you through. First, let me show you what we're working with, right? So here, let me give you a little bit of a tour. These are the flower pots that I was mentioning. I haven't done any work on them since last year, so the snow definitely packed them down quite a lot. And this year I'm planning to replace these three with a longer one, and then likewise over here I'm planning to replace these smaller ones with these ones. I find I can't really plant too many flowers in each one of those, so I thought it'd be nice to have bigger pots. And here is this year's damage. So definitely a lot of flowers this year. I think that's kind of on par with past years, but yeah, so these are soon going to be super beautiful, and let me show you what it looks like from last year. Okay, ready? Oh, did that work? No. Okay, let's try again. Weren't those so beautiful? I can't wait. It's really interesting because in the Yukon, the growing season is very short. Like usually you always hear don't plant till May 24, but up here it's really like don't plant until early June. We're still having temperatures below zero at night now. But once the garden centers like become popular, everyone gets like the nice sunny days like we've just been having, and the garden centers burst with people, and then the selection just kind of gets eaten up really fast. So I definitely bought them early. I'll probably have to keep these ones inside for at least a couple weeks before I can plant them outside. But I got a lot of flowers. Oh, and with the Land of the Midnight Sun, even though we have a short growing season, it's like an intense growing season because essentially these flowers get almost 24 hours of daylight, well, at least like 20 hours of direct sunlight. So okay, let me show you what I got. This is gonna be long, intense, but I'm excited to show you one at a time, I guess. So I've got a lot of pansies. I'm really excited for pansies. I find pansies do pretty well with just like flowering throughout the year. So I got this pretty white and purple flower pansy. These pansies, hopefully you can see them. Did I get any other pansies? I'm sure I did. Yeah. Okay. These look really pretty. There's some like sunrise pansies. Lots of pansies. Coastal sunrise mix pansies. Cool. Pink shade pansies. And I think today I bought one more pansy. I guess we'll see that a little bit later. But the last couple of years I've only grown like 1 or 2 pansies, and I found they did really well, so I wanted to get more this year. And then I've got these guys. I am obsessed with this. I'm gonna butcher a lot of names. This is called the lobelia, I think it's called. Lobelia plants. And these by far have been my absolute favorite plant to grow in these garden pots. They're just these little tiny delicate flowers that I just find these plants absolutely spread. They spread throughout the entire pot, and they literally bloom all year, and it's just beautiful. I really enjoy the lobelia. So I got some like kind of dark purple. Got white lobelia. Got others too, but I'll just go through this one first. These, I don't know, this is a new one for me. It's called gold dust. Gold dust. So that looks like it's gonna be viney and spread a lot too, which is kind of what I'm going for. And then this, I don't know what it is. I have had this before, this luscious berry blend. I don't know, but anyways, I've had this one before. It is stunning, and this also a little white delicate flower. You might see a theme there about these little delicate flowers. Snow princess. So that's the first little batch. Super exciting. I will grab the next carton. Okay, next carton. Wow, so many beautiful flowers. So now I got more of the lobelias, more purple. I really like stocked up on these ones because they were my favorite. Look, this is like a deep fuchsia color, even though it says rose, it's like fuchsia, which, oh, I think that might have been by far my favorite one last year. More purple. I got a lot of lobelias. A lilac one. Probably pronouncing it wrong. Sky blue lobelia. Some more of that dark fuchsia one. You'll see in the summer just how stunning it is. Okay, now these. Noisy dirt bike. Oh well, they're having fun. But these are like probably the most fun plant I've ever had. I get them every year just because they're so fun. They're called New Day Gazania. I don't know how you pronounce it, but anyways, these plants are so fun because they're like heliotropic, I think is the proper name of the plant. The type that really like follow the daylight, the sun. So they produce these beautiful bright flowers, and then the second the sun goes away, they like close up. And so at nighttime, they're all like these little shriveled things that look like they're dead. And then as soon as the sun comes out the next day, they're like, hello sunshine. So I think they're really fun to watch. And they also like heliotropic. They follow the sun as it moves. And this is in the same family, but this one has a little bit of variation in color. I don't think I've actually had this one before, so that is exciting. More flowers. On to the next one. Okay, these are ones I got today. Oh, some beets for my downtown garden. Okay, so I went back today and I bought more of the lobelia because, as I said, love them. And then, okay, this little guy, they're, what do they call it? Pink Kisses, Dianthus. I've had this one pretty much every year, and it really is cute. It's got really cute flowers that come out of that one. I'm gonna pronounce this wrong because I get it every year too, but Alyssum, This is another one kind of like the lobelia that I got, that just like spreads and has delicate little flowers all year. I don't know, I really like it. I got some marigolds. Marigolds are kind of like a nostalgic thing for me, because growing up in Ontario we always had marigolds in our garden, and my mom, like, to me, even just the smell of them, like especially when the tops die and you like rub it in your hand to produce the new flowers, like that smell is super nostalgic to me of my childhood. More Alyssum. We've got the white ones right there. Oh, we got two of the white ones. I was just on a small creeping little flower binge today. More marigolds. This one is a new one to me. I've never had this one before. It's called Kiss Frosty Mix. The flower looks really cute. Look at that. The whole plant looks like frosty, which is really cool. And I was talking to somebody in the store today at Yukon Gardens, and they said they really like that one, so thought I would give it a go. Another Alyssum. This one a pink Alyssum. And then more dahlia. Look at that. I think I've had this one in the past, and it's really cool. So lots there. This is a new one for me. It's Be Alive Biddens. I don't know, but it was in the hanging basket section, so to me that implied that it's gonna like spread nicely, which I'm excited for. So I actually got two of those. Yeah, there's the second one. And then I got this, I guess it's verbena plum vine. I don't know, I'm one who totally just picks flowers based off of what they look like and how they've done in the past in my garden. So and then more Superbena Stormburst. Nice little light purple flower, kind of like that other one. Oh my goodness, so many. There's one more I will show you of flowers. So far my flowers, I've been putting them outside every day, just to get a little bit ready for the cold weather. It's too cold to leave them out too long, but I have been keeping them outside for a little bit. Okay, here we go. More. It's like show and tell. Okay, so I've got a snapdragon. Look at the colors on the snapdragons. Snapdragons, I love snapdragons so much. And in past years I used to buy like all the different colors of snapdragons and tons, and they're so nice in my garden. But there's a squirrel around here that likes to dig up my garden, and for whatever reason it targets snapdragons. Like last year I think I spent $50-60 on snapdragons, and every single one of them got dug up. So I've decided just to go with one, test the ground, see how that squirrel's gonna handle it this year. But I wasn't willing to just like spend all my money on that again. This one, I don't know what it is. Calendula Vic Sunset. Sometimes you just gotta buy a random one and get surprised when it blooms and be like, wow, that's cool, or eh. But I'm excited. Can't go wrong with flowers. Another verbena, dark purple. Oh. And then the burgundy verbena. Look at this. My garden's been so pretty. The highway's busy right now because it's the start of the long weekend and everyone's leaving town. It's noisy. This little luscious orange flower. Cute. My goal is to have basically every pot be filled with the viney, delicate flowers, and then have a couple like of the main various ones that are different, you know, like kind of feature flowers. Oh, I knew there was more pansies. That one's really cute. Maybe just that pansy. Then I got, I don't know, I mean, this plant doesn't seem to be doing that well, but I just saw a picture of that flower and I was like, that's really cool. Don't entirely know what it is. Papaver, I don't know. And then we went with more of those new daisies, the ones that close up at night and like to keep themselves warm, kind of cool adaptive strategies there. But bright orange, we went with another one of the red striped ones because those are so cool and I love them. And then this one, this looks really cool. I really have a thing for that kind of like dark fuchsia color, you know. So that's all of the flowers. I'll show you just a couple of the plants. Well, there only are a couple that I bought for my downtown garden. Okay, so my downtown garden is pretty much it's just potatoes. I love being like potato farmer Shaylin and just growing a ton of potatoes and then bringing them home in October to my family, and it's like just sharing the harvest with my family there. But I did buy kale. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kale plants, and I went with different types. So I have the black magic kale. Ta-da! I have a couple of those. I have a couple of the red, what is that? Red Volance kale. The blue curled Scotch kale. I think I have 3 of those. Yeah, and then there's another purple one there. Kale does so well in the Yukon. I don't know why. It's like the super crop of the Yukon. And more I've been having kale in smoothies. So it's one of those things I really like having in my garden because I get a lot of use out of it. And then the last plant I bought is celery, and I actually don't know anyone who's ever grown celery up here. I'm sure people do. I doubt they would sell us celery if it's not going to grow, but I've never grown it before, so this is a little experiment this year, and I think it's going to be really cool to try out. But yeah, so that is the garden. There are so many plants, so many flowers, and I'm really excited to have my garden up and going this year and for it to bloom. Oh, and I should say another thing I do when I go to the garden center. You might notice those flowers, like there's hardly any flowers on them. The garden center is like bursting with flowers that are already flowered, and I kind of purposely pick the flowers that haven't bloomed yet, just because I really like the excitement once they're in the pots, to see them all bloom, and I would rather enjoy them blooming in my pots than when they're in these little containers too. So anyways, I'm super excited. I hope you enjoyed this little garden tour, and I'll definitely post some progress of how it's going. But let me know if you have a garden this year, what type of things you're growing, if you're growing any of those flowers, if you're growing vegetables. I would absolutely love to hear about it. So yeah, subscribe please to my page. I'm shifting my YouTube over a bit more to be more general, not just cooking, but everything now. Subscribing is free and it's just super helpful. So, and then you won't miss any videos. So thank you, and happy spring.